What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're heading to my friend Caesar's house because he has a 135 and he has a Walnut blasting kit, which I kind of feel guilty because I feel like I should be buying one instead of borrowing his, but I figured I'd check his out and then see where he got his and probably order one. But we're gonna Walnut blast this 180k 1,000-mile engine, which really needs it desperately. I'll show you guys the valves when I do it, but that'll probably be next video. And I'm also gonna go hand deliver Bimmer Club decals so I can put on this 135, so we could be one of the three, or I think four. There's 4 cars in Dallas Fort Worth area that has broke Bimmer Club sticker. So hopefully when these riots and stuff and quarantine's over and there's car meets again, I'll be able to pull up on this little thing with some broke Bimmer Club boys. But yeah, finally got out of traffic, so let me just get there and try to not die. I got the blast kit in the back of my car, and now we're gonna go see if we can get some pictures of my boy Caesar, and I'll show you guys his 135 because it's actually pretty clean. All right, so we're over here. We got my misfire machine and we got the boy Caesar's 135. 6-speed manual, red interior, red exterior. It's got some drag slicks in the rear, aftermarket depot headlights, front lip, gloss black grills. It's honestly a beast. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but a few weeks ago or a month ago, we actually installed our catless downpipes on his car. That's when we were selling the second 135, but he's repping the broke Bimmer Club, feel me? But I want him to show us how this thing sounds, because this thing sounds freaking insane. Like, even though that's a piece of junk and that's beauty, like both of these idling catless downpipes, it sounds good. So I figured I'd show you guys, since we just did the exhaust video. Mine's secondary catless downpipes, muffler delete. And now he's gonna give it a few revs. Go ahead, just so we can hear. So that, as you can tell, sounds freaking amazing. You can probably turn it off. All right, and now he's gonna go ahead and show us what the M54 can do on a 135. All right, go for it. All right, as you can see, that sounds freaking insane, which is crazy because it's the same car. But I think since he has the tip going to the rear single exhaust, it does change the tone definitely. It's not as how to explain it, because that's really like a deep, no, it's like a loud rasp. This is more of a dual kind of residual sound. I don't know how to explain it, but they do sound different, even though they're basically the same thing. But now we're gonna dip out of here because somebody's about to call the cops. All right, so we just came, took some more pictures, but the boy Caesar, he's leaving. That's his 135. It's honestly really clean. I remember when I met him, he didn't have the wheels, he didn't have the carbon fiber trunk, but he really do be going hard with it. Look at that thing. What a savage, man. That guy, he knows how to have a good time. But yeah, I'm gonna head home, get started on this Walnut blast. The wrong keys. Oh, it scared me. I'm gonna head home, start the Walnut blast, show you guys what these intake ports look like before and after. And today what I'm gonna be doing is, besides admiring this M3 wheel fitment, I'm gonna actually be doing the Walnut blasting on our 180,000 mile N54. And I wouldn't doubt if these things have never been blasted before. So as you guys saw yesterday, we went to get my boy Caesar's Walnut blasting kit. It's just his Harbor Freight built one. He has the piece here for the intake port. which is like 3D printed. So I don't know if he 3D printed it himself or if he bought it like that, but that's pretty cool. And then, you know, of course, the nozzle. So he has all that, which I'm thankful for him because now I can do it real quick. And because I didn't want to drive this car like that anymore. And then see if this kit works that he, you know, kind of bought / built. When this thing is cold, it doesn't really misfire. The only time it misfires is when it acts up because of the DME fault, which we're still going to get fixed. But it doesn't really misfire at all. And I'm going to see if I feel any power gains, even though we have turbos. I'm going to see if I feel any idle or maybe just a little more responsive pedal feel. That'd be great. And if not, so be it. I'll be glad they're clean. Maybe better fuel efficiency, I'm not very sure. But yeah, I just do one of those things that we need to do for maintenance because this thing, 180,000 miles, even though it runs good, I love her, she, you know, reliable for now. I'm worried because we have such high mileage and who knows what can come of these issues. But yeah, so let me get that started. Let me pull the intake off and we'll start blasting these puppies. All right, before we start with the blasting, I was gonna show you guys these intake pipes. I mean, these exhaust pipes. These are the tips. I pull them off, I cut them off the muffler, and I clean them up. And they actually look pretty darn good. Here's the one with the valve still. I don't know if I'm gonna leave the valve or remove it. I think I'm gonna leave it for now. See if we can put it on with it. If not, have them cut it off and use it. But I figured I'd get as much pipe as I could out of the stock ones. And now we have both tips. And I'll go to a muffler shop, get those put on so we can see if we can get some pretty good burble, or not burble, but, you know, pops and cracks from the exhaust. Because we're getting quite a bit with this callus downpipes, but we'll just advance it and see what it sounds like now. All right, just like that, we got the intake off, and we'll go ahead and look at these nasty intake ports in a second. Let's look at this. Let's look at this intake manifold. Look at that. Can you see in there? What's that down there? Oh. Things even have coating in there. I think last time I cleaned them out a little bit, but let's take a look at these intake ports. You ready? Oh, that's bad. Get that to focus in there. Right there, look at that. This middle one right here. Yeah, so these things are gross. They're pretty bad. And here's the first valve. As you can see, I scraped that a little bit already. Still looking pretty gross. See if I could zoom in there. But yeah, those are pretty gross, I'm not gonna lie. Now we're gonna do the first set of blasting, see what that looks like. I got my attachment on the vacuum. So I'll slap this on there, slap the nozzle in there, start blasting it and see how far we get. All right, we officially have our first port done. Here's before. As you can see, that's sorry. That's not very nice. And then here's after. So not 100%, but you know, pretty good for this little Harbor Freight kit, I guess. I might take some more like carb cleaner and try to clean out the, you know, the upper part of the port, because down there you can see I got pretty good, but up here it doesn't really blast up there, so I might do that by hand. But yeah, I'm gonna just get started on the second one and just do this whole thing because it's a process, you know. So I got all 4 done. I got my intake back on. I'm just gonna bolt it up, connect everything, and then do our first cold start. Yeah, cold start. All right, so we're all good. Fan in, intake back in, everything's tightened, good to go. So now we're gonna do our first cold start after the Walnut blast, see if we can tell a very big difference. Okay, 100%. This thing is idling better at the stops. It's, you know, better, stronger acceleration. It's smoother acceleration. I don't feel any sort of breaking up when I release the gas pedal or step on the gas pedal. And this thing just feels friggin' amazing. So it definitely worked to an extent. It definitely helped make this thing breathe a little better. And because, you know, cars run on two things, oxygen and gas, right? But this thing just feels amazing. Like, you step on it and it's a smooth, I don't know. Before, I would kind of feel a little bit of a breakup, kind of like a misfire, but I wasn't sure what it was, whether it was injectors or spark plugs or just the running lean or something. But no, this thing feels 100 times better. Look at that crazy cloud over there. But yeah, now I'm just gonna get home and clean up the mess I left behind. So to conclude the video, walnut blasting, do it. It definitely helps. You can definitely feel the performance, especially if your valves are gonna be as bad as mine. But regardless, whether you know, they're not as bad as mine, it's still worth doing. And whether you buy the kit or just have somebody do it, it's worth every penny. Especially in my case, since I did it myself. But get it done if you haven't done it. And until then, that'll be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.